Guys, in here, welcome back to another video here today. In the last video, we did Madagascar. If you didn't do that, why are you here? Uh, we're going to be, instead of going back to continental Africa, we're going to be doing another island. So in this video, we're going to be doing Reunion. So what we're going to do, also the colors you're going to need. You're going to need blue, yellow, actually not this blue, maybe a light blue. I'm going to do cyan. Cyan. If you think a color is better than the one I pick, you can choose that one. Nobody's stopping you. And then red. By the way, guys, just a disclaimer. If you've been doing it before where you lift the flag out of the water to have it level with the ground, you can do that again here as well. And also, I'm just going to fill my hotbar in with random colors because why not? Now you're going to find a very specific spot of Madagascar. What a boss. All right, you're going to find this line right here. You see this line? You're going to find it. And now I'm going to be using orange and white to get over here. So if you want to copy that, because I will say, and now with orange, and now with white. So if you want to copy that, you can. But find the bottom of this line, and to the right with orange, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. I'm warning you, there's going to be a lot of this before we do anything, really. Now with white, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. So we have one of each. We're going to do 2 more of each. So just do it until you have 2 more of each. So place 3, break the first 2, my god. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and then with the other color, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, back with the first color, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and with the final one, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, my god, and place 3, break the first 2. And now I kind of technically lied to you because you're going to take orange again, and on the last white, you're going to go down, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2 only 2 times. So it should look like this. And underneath this orange, you're going to place 3 black going down, left and up, like this. So it looks like a thumbs up. Also remember, keep looking back at the video, pausing and rewinding whenever you need to, because I will mess up sometimes. So just make sure you're doing it right. Now, in line with the bottom of the thumbs up, with orange to the right, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Now with white, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and now 2 more times with orange, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, and break the first 2. Now under the second orange, still with orange, place 3 down, break the first 2. So now we're going to go down with only 2 more white. Place 3, break the first 2, and place 3, break the first 2. To the right of this white, place an orange. Alright, like this. And now, in the same way that we did, especially like Comoros and Mayo over there, you see how most of the flag is under the water? We're going to be doing that real quick here. So, underneath this orange, place a black, go to the right, break the first orange, and now place this black until it overhangs the top of the orange by 2, like this. So it should be 1 under the white, and then you can go to the right however many, just, it doesn't matter, we're not doing that, but that's, so we know that that's the top of it. Now, to find where Reunion starts, because this is one of the islands of Mauritius, which will be its own video, take orange again, and go down, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Now with white, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Now, 1 more orange, 1 more white, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, and break the first 2. Now with white, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. Now, I kind of lied, because with orange, go down 2 more times, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. And now with orange as well, go down 2 more, go to the left one, and then place another one to the left, so it should be a backwards out like this, and then break the in-between 3 blocks like this. Alright, now the reason we did that is because, again, actually you could bring this line down so it's a little bit easier. So go back to this black line, bring it down all the way. And, okay, and now to the left of this, so you should overhang that orange by 1. To the left of that, you're going to go to the left with black. And back in with this big line, you're going to go down a little bit more. You won't count it just yet, but you know. Now we need to get the top border of Reunion and the left border. When we get both of those in, we could just do the rest of it without having to do any more place 3, break the first 2. So let's very quickly, we're going to do this 2 times with white, 1 time with orange. So place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, to the left by the way, place 3, break the first 2, then with orange, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and then with white, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and now I kind of lied to you because you're going to do 1 more literal time with orange, place 3, break the first 2. Now what you're going to do is you're going to out extend the black line till it overhangs that orange by 1. So there we go. Overhangs it by 1. And now you're going to go down a little bit, and then you're going to bring the orange to the left and then down until it's being overhanged by 2, like this. So it should be 4 blocks that you break in between. And now you're going to go down 1 more time with orange, place 3, break the first 2. And now 2 more times with white, 1 more time with orange, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, with orange, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, with white, place 3, break the first 2. My god, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and now 1 more literal time with orange, place 3, break the first 2, and now bring this black line down until you overhang that orange by 1, like this. I will quickly hover over all of this, so just make sure you do it correctly, because everything I have done here is correct unless I put a disclaimer in the video. So I'm just going to hover over all this, make sure it looks exactly how I done mine, and you should be good. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go to the Mauritius and Réunion border here. I know that's a weird way to say this because they are islands, but you're going to go down with this long black line, then you're going to go over here to the bottom left, and you're going to bring this line across, and you're just going to have to do filling in if you didn't get it long enough, or breaking if you got it longer, like that. Anyway, so now we have Réunion fully outlined. We will have the out poke of Mauritius later, but not right now. Actually, we could do it right now. So one more, only 1 more place 3, break the first 2, trust me. On the 3rd block of black going up, place a white to the right, and then you're going to go up 4 more times with orange. Place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2. And now with black, above the orange, you should go out like this, and then just place a line, it doesn't matter. So it should look like this. And we will fact check that later. So now, in line with this orange right here, the middle one, you're going to place cyan down, and you're going to place yellow right next to that. Now what we're going to do this above the water to make it easier. Yes, there's still more place 3, break the first 2, only a very little, and it really doesn't matter much. You're going to find the 3rd yellow and place a orange to the left of that. Then you're going to go down, place 3, break the first 2 until you have 5 of these. My god, what am I doing? So place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, that's 4, place 3, break the first 2, that's 5. So it should look like that, and you're going to bring this yellow line down, watch this, bang, nailed it. You're going to bring the yellow line down until you're perfectly 1 over. So you're overhanging by 1 on the bottom, 2 on the top. All right, and now with this yellow line, you're going to go down an additional 2, or additional 1. So now it's overhanging by 2. You're going to go to the left and the right on that bottom block. You're going to go down on both sides, and then watch this. So grab orange in line with the 3 here. You're going to place 3 to the right, break the first 2. So it should be a 2 block gap in between the yellow and the orange. You're going to place 3 to the right, break the first 2. My god. And then 1 more time to the right, place 3, break the first 2. And now you're going to place a yellow line to the right until it's overhanging the orange by 2. And in this scenario, you're going to go to the right an extra additional time. You're going to go down and up on that last block like this. All right, and you're going to go to the right on the top and bottom until you hit the black border, like this. And now this is how we fact check. If we were to place an orange to the left here, this should be a 2 block gap. So that's how you fact check if that black line that you're out poking for the bottom of Mauritius is in the right place. Now you can fill in this little yellow square. And you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So just place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, place 3, break the first 2, and then place a yellow line, like this, outpoke by one, and then go an additional one, go up, go down, to the left a little bit, and it should be 4 blocks you fill in the middle. I lied, it should be 3 blocks that you fill in the middle. But yeah, okay, so both of these should be 4 long and 4 long. So it should look like this. I just am stupid. My bad. Now we're gonna finish off the rays. There's 2 more to do. So from this corner, you're gonna go up to the left with a diagonal 1. And then you're gonna do that 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you should have 5 of these in total. Then you're gonna go up with an additional 1. So that's a 6th one. But what's so special about this is you're going to go up and left, and then you're going to do 2 more long 2s connecting in the corner each time. So 3, 4, 5. Did I say 5 more? So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. I lied. It should be 5 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. This last one should be in line with the right of this white. So let's just make sure. And yes, it is. So that's how you fact check to see if you've done that correctly. Now, before we continue this video, I'm kidding. We're going to do the exact same pattern on the other side. So go up, 1, 2, and then 3. And then on this one, you're going to go up, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it should be perfectly symmetrical in line with the orange on both sides. So it should look like kind of wings in a way. Now on the left side first, you're going to go up on that last one and to the left 2 more. So it should be a long 3 on top of that. In the middle of this long 3, you're going to go up 2 more. All right. And then you're going to go up to the left diagonally and then up to the left diagonally. And you should hit the block to the right of that corner. And now at the bottom of this 3, you're going to go up to the left diagonally, up to the left diagonally. Did I say right before? Because I meant left. And then you're going to fill in the spot here. Should be 6 blocks to fill in. And it looks like this. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, but mirrored. So long 3, up to the right, and then up 2 more, and then up to the right, and then 6 blocks to fill in. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3 of 2. So now it should be perfectly symmetrical on both sides. What we're going to do before we do the red portion is just place a cyan or blue or light blue or whatever color you're using. Let me actually compare them, because under the water they're both going to look a little different than I think. I'd say light blue actually matches a little bit more, so I'm switching to light blue. Again, if you think a color is better, use it. No one's stopping you. So now we're going to be doing the red triangle. So underneath this blue, go down. And now you're just going to go down to the left and to the right diagonally 1 time each until you hit the corner. So it's kind of like what we did for the Comoros flag. We're just going to go down diagonally 1 each time until we hit the corner on both sides, which we do on the left. So we're going to do it on the right. Not much to speak about here. You just go down to the right diagonally and down to the left diagonally 1 time each until you hit the corners of both sides. It's perfectly symmetrical, which is the nice thing about the flag. It doesn't have that much variation. So you should have something that looks like this. All right. Now in the middle of this pyramid, you're going to go down an additional 3 times. So it should be 4 blocks tall like this. Hey, look, a cross. Let's go. And then on this 4th block, place an orange on top of it, and then underneath the red and still under the water here, actually above the water, so in line with this orange, place a black. To the left and to the right, place 2 more. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2. It should be a line of 5 like this. Then you're going to go down on the right side 1 time. You're going to go down to the right with a tall 3. You're going to go down to the right with a tall 2. My God. Then you're going to go down to the left with a 1. Then you're going to go down to the left with a long 3. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to go up to the left with a 2, long 2. Then you're going to go up to the left with a 1. Then you're going to go up to the left with a tall 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then up to the right with a 1. My God, anywhere but what I wanted. There we go. So this should be the island. And you can fill all of this in with red, because it's just a plain red island. As you can see, it's in the middle of the diamond, the triangle. So now we are done with the flag. So what you can do, if you are mapping out with actual maps the flags, I would keep every block on the outside, but every block on the inside you can get rid of. So all these orange on the inside, get rid of. If you're doing a flag map of the world, in the world with the maps, like these maps right here, then keep the blocks on the outside just for now, but you're going to, I'm going to outline it for you. This entire section in here is going to be blue. This entire section as well is going to be blue. This entire section over here as well. This entire section. And this entire section as well, and also this entire section will all be blue. So here will be blue, 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 and the inside of the triangle will be red. I'll see you guys when I finish up. And all right, that is it for the flag. Now, a few things. This is a personal preference thing. If you want this blue block to be yellow, you can, or you can keep it blue. I'm going to keep it blue. It is a personal preference thing, but you know. And now let me show you how to use these blocks that we have before you break them. Let me show you how to use them if you're making flag map of the world. So after picking the maps that already have Madagascar on them, we're going to fly all the way back. And if we hold it out, we should start to see those blocks come out as we get closer. Any day now. We're literally right next door. There we go. So now we're going to be able to see just exactly where. Okay, so it's going to be down. And looks like I got lucky enough to have it in the same chunk as that one pixel of Madagascar that I mapped out in the top left of this map. So now that we have it mapped out, you can now break all the blocks. You keep the blocks there just to make sure that you know, are able to locate it easier on a map, because some things in the water is like, okay, when does this chunk end and when doesn't it end if you don't know how to check the chunks? So it's a very easy way to be able to find it on the maps. But then when you get it done, you can break all the blocks. Except for that black island right there. And also remember, after you break the blocks, pick out the maps again to update them, and you should be good. So guys, that is it for Reunion. In the next video, we're going to be doing Seychelles. And then after that, we're going to do all 3 islands of Mauritius and one weird island that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. Until next time, though, I'll see you guys in the next one. Send a peace out. See you guys.